Hey first grade, it's Miss Street here with you guys. We're getting ready to Subitize, so I hope you got your Subitizing thinking caps on. And we're gonna go on an Easter egg hunt in Miss Street's house. So, are you ready? I'm waiting. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Let Miss Street get the music started, because music makes everything fun. Here we go. Let me turn it around. I see some. How many do you see? 4 and 2, 6. Good job. Let's go. Ooh. How many do you see here? 3 and 1. That's 4. What about here? How many do you see? 3. Ooh. 4 and 1 is 5. What about here? 4 and 2 is 6. Some over here. What do we see? That's right, it's 0. 0 has a value too. You can't just leave, you can't just leave 0 out because you don't think that it has a value. It does have a value. We've always got to remember that, because that's going to help us in our math. Even today, it's a true story. So we are looking at geometry, first graders, and this is actually leading us into getting ready to tell time on a clock. And Miss Street doesn't mean just like a clock that just has the numbers on it. I mean like an analog clock. And I think you can see maybe my watch is an analog clock. Do you have an analog clock at your house? Because we need to be looking at that and practicing. But we could also tell time with, oh my allergies. We can also tell time with a digital clock too. But before we get into time, that's next week. Miss Street just wants to prepare you. We are still looking at partitioning circles and rectangles into halves and fourths, and different ways we can do that. So, I want to show you. I'm going to turn, I'm going to do the hokey pokey and turn this thing around. That's what it's all about. Woo! Okay, so you can see that we have words that we need to be sure we're using are halves and fourths, or phrases, which is half of or a fourth of. So Miss Street really wants to show you the different ways that we can have a rectangle. So let's start with rectangles. I'm going to label my paper. Boys and girls, you know what a rectangle is by its attributes, right? Very good. Okay, so I'm going to draw one rectangle. There it is. And I want to divide it into halves. Halves. So I'm going to write that word right here. And we know from our Kit Kat bar experiences that halves mean 2 equal parts. So how can I divide or partition this rectangle into 2 equal parts? Straight down the middle like this? That's not what you meant. You meant the other. Okay, that's okay. This is a good way. We have 1 half and 2 halves make one whole rectangle. We can do it a different way. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you that well. All right, here's another rectangle. We want to divide it in half. You wanted to divide it in half this way. Whoops. How about that? So here we have 2 equal parts, 2 halves. So this part is half of the whole rectangle. You wanted to do it in triangles? You can do triangles inside of a rectangle? Oh, diagonal. 10-4. So, let me show that. It's been a while since Miss Street's taught first grade for sure. So here's my rectangle. I want to divide it in half, meaning 2 equal parts. And you want me to go from diagonal to diagonal. Check it out. So we have 3 different ways that we can divide the rectangle in half. What about if we wanted to divide the rectangle into fourths? So let me write fourths here. Miss Street, I can write upside down. I've proved that, but all right, so fourths. So if I want to divide into fourths, I can take this first rectangle and copy it. And I can divide it in half first. Then what could I do to divide it into fourths? Oh, draw this line this way. And look, we have 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. Could we do it this way too? We could, but it would look just like this one, that's right. But let's draw it anyway, just to show. So we're partitioning our rectangle into half. So we're looking at this one, we've already done into half. Okay, so then we could divide or partition it this way. And again, we have 1, 2, that 3 looks a little rough, 4 equal parts. And so, you want to try this one? All right. Let's see how we do. Miss Street might have to go back to the drawing board and study, but that's okay. So we go from diagonal and diagonal. Is that 4 equal parts? In 2nd grade, we really studied on how the equal parts have the same area. And so that's a little more than 1st graders can handle. But we'll look at this one to see if they have the same area. But we'll do that one later. So I want to get into a story problem because 1st graders, it's always important to take any skill that we're working on and do it with a story. So I'm going to pretend, I'm going to put a piece of paper underneath here. Miss Street, I really wanted to make homemade pizzas, but it didn't work out. And that's okay. We can be flexible. So here I have 2 rectangle pizzas. Can you subitize how many pepperonis are on this pizza? 6. Can you subitize how many are on this pizza? 6. And we know 6 plus 6 is 1 10 and 2 1s, and that's 12. So boys and girls, I want to give you a story problem. Let's say you can have only 1 slice of pizza. Sorry, but today you're only going to get 1 slice of pizza. Which pizza should you pick your slice from if you want the biggest piece of pizza? So they're the same size and they're both divided into equal pieces. So let me show you what your choices are. You want me to cut them so you can see? Okay. So you only get 1 slice of pizza. And both of these are cut into equal pieces. So I'm going to move these down here. I'm going to move this one down here. So you can either choose this piece or this piece. If you wanted to choose the biggest piece of pizza, which one would you choose? This one? Why not? Because it's way smaller than this one. This piece has the biggest. So we would know that 1/2 is bigger than 1/4 of a piece of pizza. Great. So now let's look at it. I want to show you the same problem except with a circle pizza, because we're doing this with circles and rectangles. So same problem. Let's see if we get the same answer. So you get 1 slice of pizza. Which slice would you choose? Here we go. Would you choose this slice? Or would you choose this slice? Because they're both of the pizzas have equal shares, but you only get 1 slice of pizza from the pizza that you choose. So which pizza would you choose? Would you choose this slice or would you choose this slice if you wanted the biggest piece? Because we all love pizza, I think. You would choose the pizza that had half of the pizza because it's bigger than the 1/4. So the last thing I want to show you before we go is, and I hope you can see it, Miss Street's trying to see if you can see what I'm doing, so hopefully you can. So this is kind of like a task card that your first grade teacher might give you, and it says to circle all of the pictures that are correctly partitioned into 4ths. So when I look at this, I kind of might want to use some colors to help me see the parts. So when we look at this, somebody has just taken this circle and just went like this. What do you think? If this was the way somebody cut the pizza, would that be equal shares for everybody? If you were sharing it with 4 people, whoever got these end pieces, they'd get gypped, wouldn't they? And that reminds Miss Street of our Kit Kat bars. Remember when I said, Zeb, would you like a Kit Kat bar? And he said, yeah. So I gave him this one, and then I gave Jesse the bigger one. Yeah, that's not equal shares, so we wouldn't circle this one. Let's go over to this one. Let me color them in so you can see them better. I hope you can see them better when I color. All right. Does that look like 4 equal shares? I think so. That looks like a rectangle pizza that we divided, or we partitioned into 4ths. And good luck with Miss Street getting this back together the way it goes. I don't know. I mean, that looks pretty good. But it looks like it's divided just like this pizza is. So, well, you probably can't see it because it's down there. Let me pull it up here. I'm sorry. So everybody would get an equal share of this pizza, right? So this one is correctly partitioned into 4ths. So boys and girls, we're gonna stop here and we're gonna continue this tomorrow, because next week we're gonna get into telling time, and being able to partition in half is huge for 1st grade. And 4ths also helps us too. So I hope you guys have a great day. It's beautiful outside. Go outside for a little bit, but if you have allergies, listen, take your allergy medicine and you'll be okay. Go have fun. Love you. Have a great day. I'll be back at 11:30, I believe. Yes, for 2nd grade. We're going to continue this standard. It gets even harder. Love you.